Well, thank you all for waiting to meet with us and to ask some questions. Like has been said, I think 3 times now, but I'll rehash. A week ago, Pastor John shared his desire to become the next associate pastor of Grace Community Church once we hire the next senior pastor at Grace Community Church. You've had a week to process. I hope that's been helpful. So I want to take some time today to answer some questions. But first, let me just go over the process one more time so that we're all working from the same set of notes. Each member's been asked to submit 2 names for consideration as we move towards setting up the pulpit committee. That's the committee that'll take care of searching for candidates for the next pastor, the next senior pastor at Grace Community Church. Those ballots are due next Sunday. That's February 28th. And then we'll have a members meeting on March 14th after the worship service. And at that point, we'll vote. There will be 6 candidates put forward on a ballot. The top 4 make up the pulpit committee along with 2 of the elders. It's important to note that all of these steps don't get us to the end. They get us to the start line. The process of hiring a pastor can take upwards of a year, sometimes even longer. And so we don't want you to be unprepared. Now, we have a distinct advantage. If you've been at another church where this has happened, I have to say that because it hasn't happened here, ever. But if you've been at another church where this process has gone on, it usually starts because somebody leaves in a hurry or somebody passes away, and all of a sudden you're going, oh no, what do we do? We're not in that situation. We have tremendous stability to be able to empower the committee to go and find good candidates and then to work through the hiring process in a hopefully really God-honoring way. This is a big deal, right? It's a big deal to hire the next senior pastor at Grace Community Church. So we want to take the time it's going to take to do this right. All 6 of us are committed to that, and we would invite you to please be praying with us. Join us in seeking the Lord as we seek the right committee members, the right candidates, ultimately the right hire. With that, we'll prepare to take questions, but here's my request to you. Dan and Troy have microphones. I know you think we can hear you. I promise you, at 37, I'm already going a little bit deaf, and the people on the live stream definitely can't hear you. So if you've got a question, raise your hand. One of these guys will bring a microphone to you so that everybody can hear you, and then we'll do our best to answer it from up here. Thanks. Fire away.
It's going to be a short meeting if nobody asks questions.
I assume that once you get the committee together, you'll probably go through EFCA, what do you call it?
Yeah,
You'll go through EFC. They helped us to get John.
Yeah, we will be working with the Evangelical Free Church, which is the denomination that we belong to, or association. Anyway, we won't split those hairs too fine. They have a wonderful process for posting a job. We'll be working with them and seeking out their help, certainly. That'll be one of the early steps that the committee gets to take.
As far as preaching style, John has explained before why it is that he chooses to generally avoid topical teaching because the benefits of expository approach and some of the problems can arise from that. So is preaching style something you guys will consider, and how do you go about that when you're considering a candidate, or is that just left up to the new pastor to use his discretion as far as what style of preaching that he would use?
That's a great question. Thank you, Mr. Boland. Blessedly, this is the first time I've said these words. We have a blessing from this coronavirus deal because everybody's sermons are now online. And so as we evaluate candidates, it'll be a big deal to find somebody whose preaching style is a good fit. We haven't talked at length about that, but philosophically, as a church, we're into expository preaching, and I don't think it's stated that way in the job description, but it certainly is something that we'll be pursuing. We wouldn't want period. Fit is really important. Finding a candidate that fits the church body, that fits the staff that exists, that fits the environment that's here is important. That's not to say that whoever comes in next isn't going to have an important role in shaping the future of the church. They will. And so if we get someone who likes to preach a topical sermon from time to time, that's probably going to happen. I can't imagine us hiring, I cannot currently imagine us hiring somebody who's like, you know what, I'm never going to preach through a book again. That doesn't seem like it'd be a good fit. We don't at all want to belabor the point. We do want to have the ability to interact. I guess I would say one of the things that came up in our meeting Thursday night is it's likely that we're going to have more meetings as a congregation in the next year than we've ever had in a year of the church's life, just because of the stuff that we're working on. Dee's got a question for us.
How do you go about advertising for a pastor?
Yeah, so we've taken a look at, there are a couple places where we'll naturally go. So the Evangelical Free Church maintains a set of listings for pastoral positions. Trinity Evangelical Divinity School also has, which is the seminary that's connected to the E-Free Church, also has a job board. You can go broader than that. We certainly won't start there because we want a fairly selected pool of candidates. There are places like, if you go Google it, you'll find churchjobs.com and that sort of thing. The problem with that is it's just a wide open, there's not a whole lot of specificity in the people who are looking there, so it wouldn't be a great fit.
I don't have so much as a question, but I just want to say that as for me and my house, we trust you, gentlemen, to have our best interests at heart, and we believe it, and we'll be praying for you.
Oh, thank you so much. We need your prayers, certainly.
First of all, I look forward to meeting more as a congregation than we ever have before because, let's be honest, I just look forward to being with people. But so that's cool if we want to have a meeting each week. Like, I'm all right with that. But then this is more like the 6 people chosen. Okay, so before from congregation and then 2 from the elder board, correct? That kind of represents the elders as a whole. Now, those people who are brought forth for a vote, I'm assuming, kind of like with nominating committee, those people are going to be asked if they want to do that beforehand?
Yes.
Okay.
We won't put you up for nomination unless we've talked to you and you've said yes. Because it is a long process. I mean, there could be trips away to hear someone speak. There could be all kinds of interviews and things. So yeah, we won't just co-opt somebody in. And we won't put anyone on the spot either. I almost just said, Amanda, but you'd be okay to do it. No, we won't do that to anybody.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
So the way the bylaws are written, I wish I would have rewritten these several years ago when I had a chance. We're actually going to be voting. So from all the nominations, we're going to put together a list who gets the most nominations and then start calling around to see who wants to serve and be willing to serve. And so they're going to end up with six names on the ballot, only 4 of whom will be on the search committee, which means 2 people will get, voted off the island.
feelings hurt?
Yeah, so I don't like that. So I'm just saying this ahead of time. So if you're one of the 6 and then you end up being one of the 2, know that we love you, and it's just, that's the way it's written, and I don't really like that, but we didn't fix it in time, so that's what we're going to do.
Probably need to buy those people a gift certificate or something. Yeah, okay. Bob Evans, okay, got it, yes. That's a good down the middle selection, I like that. Oh, yes, sir.
I don't have a question, pretty much just a statement. Life's about change. Things are always changing in our life. The one bright spot in this change is we'll still have John to keep that guy straight.
Amen. That's we agree, Mel. That's a big deal. Well, y'all, I appreciate so much you making time for us. I would encourage you, if you have questions, please do seek out one of the elders at any time. We want to serve you. We want to create clarity in what is otherwise a pretty challenge. It's not challenging, but it's hard. What we've got to do is hard. So we want to create clarity, and if you've got questions, we'd love to answer them. I'm sure we'll see you again real soon to talk more about this. March 14th, we'll have a couple things to vote on. So thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. Go in peace.